Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session on the back end of things. Yeah. From the last posts, right, we were automating social media posts and we were able to get Twitter working, right? So in this video, I'm going to run through LinkedIn, how to get your posts onto LinkedIn from a third-party app. All right. So it's just a continuation of where we left off from the Twitter integration we worked on. And I apologize for the long break, right? We're supposed to be releasing video every now and then. It was due to circumstances out of, my control. And anyways, I'm glad that I'm back and we're able to do this. Hopefully, we should be able to post stuff every now and then. All right. So without talking too much, let's just dive right in. All right. All right. So before you proceed, you'd have to, create your API keys, your developer credentials, and all of that. And you can do this at developer.linkedin.com. Right. I'll share the URL in the description. Okay. So am I sharing the screen? Okay, yeah, I am. Okay, so in the views.py, this is the previous integration, right, that we did with Twitter using TweetPy. Okay. All right, so moving on from here, we're just going to comment out this line of code, right, in order to make way for the LinkedIn so that we can write those, test it, make sure it works before we now uncomment the TweetPy, because from the last session we know that the Twitter function already works. Okay, so let's get the utils also opened, and here we do have the utils. Okay, so we're going to name this, right? We're going to call it the LinkedIn function, right? And it's going to take what? It's going to take what? The content. And then we're going to have what? The user ID. This is the ID of, the account that you want to post the content to, okay? But before we do that, let's just we need to get the user ID, and in order to do that, we need to write a function out for it. And then we return what? User ID. Okay, so this is what we are doing over here, getting the user ID, right, to pass in here. Okay, all right. Then the next thing will be to actually, so let's go back in here. Let me put back the pass. Let's go back in here, right? And then we are going to specify what? User underscore ID, right, equals what? We're going to get underscore user underscore ID, okay? So that we're going to get that, all right? And now to move on, we are going to what? Response. No, let's not jump the gun. Let's go back in here, right, and write this guy out first. Okay, so for this one we are going to specify what? we're going to specify the access token, but we do not necessarily need to repeat this. Okay, so we just take this guy out since it's going to be used in 2 places. We can take it out and specify it at the top over here. Okay, and then we can just access it anywhere in the code, right? So we can skip that and then just do this. Return. What do we return here? Let's just return, a message. Okay, so over here, filled with error, right? And what's the error? The error will be the exception, right? E. Okay, so this is the LinkedIn function. Okay, now we can go and call it here. In the views.py, we need to come and call that. So assigning it a variable. I like response a lot, so let me just make it response equals, what's this thing is called, the LinkedIn function. What are we passing? Content, and then the user ID. Okay, all right, so if it's successful, it should return post created successfully, http 200 okay. If it is not successful, 400 bad requests. Okay, with this message. All right, so now that this is done, we can now move on to the tests. Okay, so now we are moving on to the test cases, right? I don't want to do it inside here because we named this file Twitter tests. Right, let's just create a new file, right, for LinkedIn. I just want to separate it. So new, and we have Python file, LinkedIn _ tests, right? Because the Python file is already at the extension .py. Okay, so copied and pasted. Let's get rid of this guy. Import request, test no content, test available content. The base URL, everything remains the same. Content, no content. And then we do this. Assert response equals 400. Let's see what LinkedIn returns, right? If it's a 400. And then the next thing is no. There's no LinkedIn. This is us. So this is what we are supposed to return, 400, if the request contains no content. Okay. All right. Then the next thing is if there is an available content in there, right? We are going to pass everything. Let's create. Let me change this. Okay. It should be the content, and then hopefully we get a 200. Okay, so we do have this. We've written our LinkedIn test, right? Let us comment out the available content for Twitter, because the account wasn't ours. It was Fortune's personal account, and we do not have the keys for that saved. All right, so I'm just going to comment this out so that this doesn't run. In the terminal, we are going to run it using Docker. So we hit enter. All right, so we have the results here, right? 3 passed. Okay, 3 test cases, 3 passed. We had 1 in here and then 2 in the LinkedIn. right? Okay, so if we want to check whether it's actually posted on LinkedIn, we would have to what's the name, open my account so that we see. Let me just get that here. All right, so we have it here, as you can see. Let me just zoom in. All right, this was what 2 minutes ago. Let's post on LinkedIn with Django. Okay, so this worked. The posting without a content also, worked. Let me just delete this because this is public. I don't want anyone to see this. Okay, so now we will go back here, right? Now that we've written a test case for it, we can now proceed and test it using Postman. Okay, so in Postman, right, we have this, and let's make the content empty, right? Okay, I mean the body empty. So over here, I want to post this, and we should actually get a 400. Okay, bad request because we do not accept this. So hit it. Okay, I should have specified the type. Okay, let's try it again. Good. So we have this response code 101 because we have specified that the response code should be an error 101. Where is that? That's in the utils. We are validating the post content, and this is it. Okay, you're checking if content is available. Error message, please provide content to post, error code 101. So that's what we have here, error code 101. And then please provide content to post. The status is 400 bad requests. Okay. All right, you can see that here. If there's an error, we do this. Okay, so if we should go back here and then put new content over there. Okay, so this is just what I want to post. All right, and I hit send. Okay, drum roll. Okay, now we have this response code 100, post created successfully, status code 200. Okay, and we check here over here. All right, post created successfully, status code this, and then we have that. So now let's go back to Twitter. Sorry, let's go back to LinkedIn and check if we have that. If I should refresh my recent activities, I'd see here. So now, okay, welcome to the LinkedIn post automation using Django, brought to you by the backend of things. Okay, so there you have it. We have LinkedIn working, right? We're going to work on the other various social media. For Instagram, right, I faced a problem with Instagram, right? There's no secure way of doing this integration so far. What I have seen there, I may be wrong, right? Even if you know a way to do it where I do not have to use my credentials to post. Let me know. When I say credentials, I don't mean the access token, your developer keys, and all of that. Instagram doesn't have any of those. Well, the integrations I've seen so far, they require your username or your email and password, and that is not safe. There's no way I'm going to do that, even though my credentials will be in my env, right? It means that this third-party application has access to my Instagram account direct, and that is not safe. All right, thank you for watching, everyone.